Wow, who would have thought that we finally have reason to celebrate as PS Vita fans? Because this news is so great, I'm gonna attempt to sing later on in the video. Yeah, this is gonna be bad. But hey, at least the news is great. Greetings, fellow Vita fans. This is James with PS Vita at 2 AM, coming at you once again with another exciting video. Oh boy, is this ever exciting. You all did notice the guy touching his face on the thumbnail, right? And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. And make sure to leave me your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section provided below. Thank you once again, everyone, for waiting patiently for a new video upload from me. A lot of you have been wanting me to talk about this news that I am about to talk about that happened a couple of weeks ago, so let's do that. So we, as not only PS Vita fans, but also as handheld fans, well, needless to say, we haven't had the best of luck these past years. Mostly since 2019. Sometimes it feels like we're being run over by a truck. And you know, there might be certain individuals in the company, or in this case, a certain individual in the company that has kind of been a little bit of a hindrance for us. Not that I'm pointing fingers here or anything, but I actually am. Well, all that is about to change, everyone, because, and here's my attempt at singing, ding dong, the CEO of PlayStation is retiring. Okay, the song didn't go quite as well as I planned, but yes, it is true. Can you believe it? Finally, after so long, Jim Ryan is deciding to step down from Sony. Man, I thought he'd never leave. Now, before I begin this video, I just want it to be known that I have nothing personal against Jim Ryan or anything of the sort. No therapy bills or anything like that. I just don't feel like he made the best decisions for individuals such as us in the handheld community, or even fans of legacy platforms, especially in the handheld community. Here's what we know so far. This article comes from TheVerge.com. PlayStation leader Jim Ryan to retire after 28 years with Sony. Cue that beautiful bean footage.
Well, this calls for a celebration. I will.
Jim Ryan took over as president and CEO of Sony Interactive in 2019, and I'm sure you know how those years were for the PS Vita. Coincidence? I think not. After starting with Sony Europe in 1994, Jim Ryan, the head of PlayStation and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, is stepping down. In a press release on Wednesday, Sony announced that Ryan will retire in March of 2024, while Sony Group Corporation President and Chief Operating Officer Hiroki Tokai, I think I said that right? You probably didn't, though. Will take on as the temporary CEO role starting April 1st, 2024. April 1st, I can't help but laugh at that situation. After 30 years, I have made the decision to retire from SIE in March of 2024. I've relished the opportunity to have a job I love in a very special company, working with great people and incredible partners, Ryan says in a statement. But I've found it to be increasingly difficult to reconcile living in Europe and working in North America. Could it also be due to the backlash this individual has been receiving over the years? I wonder. Warning, that last statement from James was just a theory. I will leave having been privileged to work on products that have touched millions of lives across the world. PlayStation will always be part of my life, and I feel more optimistic than ever about the future of SIE. That's Sony Interactive Entertainment, don't you know? Ryan has worked at Sony for 28 years, starting his career at the company's European branch in 1994, where he's held several leadership positions, including the head of global sales and marketing. In 2019, Ryan replaced John Kodora as president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment. During his time at Sony, Ryan most notably oversaw the launch of the PlayStation 5 and the nail in the coffin for the PS Vita. Let's just call a spade here. While supply chain constraints made this console hard to find during the effect of the, certain pandemic. Don't kill me, YouTube, I didn't say the actual word. Shipments managed to bounce back. In July, Sony announced that it sold 40 million PS5s. And hey, credit where credit is due here. The PS5 is doing gangbusters, to his credit. For some reason, I feel kind of dirty saying that. Ryan has been a persistent figure in the battle between Microsoft and FTC over its plans to buy gaming publisher behemoth Activision Blizzard, which I think we all know how that's been going down. Earlier this year, comments from Ryan surfaced stating that the acquisition wasn't about console exclusivity, even though I think it obviously was, contradicting claims that Sony made publicly that the deal could negatively impact Activision Blizzard games appearing on PlayStation console. Tokai will become the chairman chairman of Sony Interactive Entertainment in October 2023, ahead of Jim Ryan's departure. Once appointed CEO, Sony says Tokai will closely work with Sony Group Corporation Chairman and CEO Kenichiro Yoshida and the management team of SIE to help define the next chapter of PlayStation's future, including the succession of the SIE CEO role. So yeah, whew, I can't believe this day has finally come. I mean, the likes of Jim Ryan have sort of always been a controversial figure over at Sony, especially, as I mentioned earlier, for people in our community when he would literally bash legacy platforms and titles on the Sony consoles, wondering why anybody would even want to play these old pixelated, underpowered games in today's market. I just really don't think he understood the history of many of these older titles, along with other questionable handheld decisions he's made over the course of the past months and years. But I've already ranted enough about Jim Ryan on this channel, so I'm not gonna beat a dead horse here. The main important point is he's gone, and well, we'll just have to see who takes over as permanent CEO of the company as time goes on. I still have my party hat on though, that's not gonna change. But guys, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on this. How did you feel about Jim Ryan? Do you think he's one of the main pillars as to why the PS Vita finally met its end back a couple of years ago, or do you feel that it was something inevitable that was going to happen anyway, and the likes of Jim Ryan being gone from the company won't really help our handheld community one way or another? Or maybe you just don't care either way. Personally, I think it's at least a step in the right direction, but again, we just have to wait and see who takes over his position permanently. If it's another Jim Ryan thinking individual, then, well, we might be back to square one. But hey, let's remain hopeful, everyone. Whew, my therapy bills are going to be cheaper this month, so please leave me your thoughts and opinions down below. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by all these wonderfully generous Patreon and YouTube membership supporters who help make this content possible. So a huge thank you goes out to Buzz Sayin, Hector Gonzalez, Franz Hartl, Chris Foxhound, Rizal Pliskin, Kayonko, Aridri, Jimmy Gilby, 1488 Dental, That Bro, No Good, Azumara, Juan M. Hermosillo, Lacerated 87, Nintendo Switch at 2 AM, Eric DeWitt, Neo Arashi, Donut Valley, Tasha Monty, Milk Sama, Bushin Ryu Cat, Ricardo Martinez, Mazgus, PSP Guru, Matt Fox, Cham Plow, Sabin Fire, Jamie, Reiko Star, Red X Lillard, Nanius 9, Kiori, Warthorga, Randy Azudich, Meshuga 360, Zakrito, Samai 241, Alan Iwazuk, Airkick 72, Shin Snake, Jonathan Jarrett, Mackie Curry, Hero Acer, BMF, Phantom XRS, Gutter Drums, Adam Sondi, Claimer Malarkey, Saul Ramirez, Hemdall Imbert, PS Vita S, VG Legends, Kyle Brooks, Richard Cruz, Jared Haddo, JR, Joseph Shavak, Kevin Enright, Patnos D, Jale, Heston Joseph, Thomas Cromet, H-Hitter, Crazy Cat, Adam Thury, Wendy K, Michael O'Connor, Rodrigo Vera, Sculpture Tugel TCG, and David Ray. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and gaining access to a number of perks, including having your name featured on the end credits of these videos, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have numerous ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. I also have some affiliate links from both Amazon and PlayAsia for anyone who is interested in purchasing something from them. Basically, the way it works is so long as you use one of those links to just access their website, then anything you purchase afterwards, a small commission will go to help support this content at no extra cost to you, the consumer. I also have channel merchandise available, and of course, as always, likes and shares can help equally as much. So does anyone else find it funny that that new CEO is going to be taking Jim Ryan's place on April 1st of 2024? I mean, it's April 1st, you know, that's sort of April Fool's Day. And well, it's not funny if you have to explain the joke.